No one asked for a top 5 video, and no one probably needs one, but Attack on Titan is one of those anime that tends to dramatically change season to season, and with those changes are plot developments and character arcs. I've rewatched Attack on Titan several times now, and I realized that characters that I didn't like or care about in season 1, I actually end up loving in season 2, 3, or 4, and vice versa. So as we impatiently wait for the finale of the Attack on Titan anime to come out, I thought this would be an interesting video to make. I'm your narrator MK, and these are my top 5 Attack on Titan characters in every season. Season 1 does a great job of immersing you in this world where giant humanoid naked titans run rampant like they're streaking on a dare, and what's left of humanity is forced to try and fight them. The stakes are set high from the very beginning, and you attach yourself to these characters as they literally fight for their lives. Coming in at number 5 in season 1 for me is Dot Pixis. If it wasn't for the eccentric drunkard of a commander who understood that humanity had to rely on a power greater than itself to survive, the hole in Tross may have never been plugged up by Eren's Titan. Pixis saved Eren, Mikasa, and Armin from being executed on the spot and convinced the garrison regiment of this crazy plan that paid off in the end.
This is the threshold of our extinction, soldiers. If my actions ensure mankind's survival, history may call me butcher all at once.
Another commander whose leadership helped humanity advance and led to the discovery of a traitor among the military and led them closer to the truth about the Titans is none other than, of course, Erwin Smith. At my number 4, there's a lot that could be said about Erwin. The downside of his leadership being that he isn't afraid to amass casualties as long as it gets them closer to the truth. And it did. Humanity had to suffer countless losses in order to advance, and Erwin shouldered part of that burden, and he was so brilliant and strategic while doing it too. That's why he comes in at number 4.
Who do you think the real enemy is here?
Now, I can't talk about humanity's losses or wins without mentioning Levi Ackerman. At my number 3, I love the fact that Levi holds the title of humanity's strongest soldier because he absolutely is. And he shows this not only with his skill and strength, but also in his brooding leadership and commitment to his comrades. Honestly, it was hard not to put the whole Levi squad here at number 3 because their trust in each other coupled with their skill made all their deaths hard to bear. Levi is without question my favorite character in Attack on Titan and in anime as a whole. He's a badass fidget spinner, but the way he lives and fights on for humanity is beautiful, and his fight against the female Titan is literally chef's kiss. I actually have a whole analysis video coming on just on Levi, so like this video and subscribe if you want to see that.
We can't always carry our fallen comrades home, but we carry their memory.
Now at number 2 is debatably my second favorite character in Attack on Titan, and that's Mikasa Ackerman. You know I love me a good badass female character in an anime, and Mikasa is just that. Her fierce devotion and protectiveness over Eren along with her aptitude and skill, matched only by Levi, gives her an edge over all the other characters in the story and anime as a whole too. I still scream out when I see Mikasa in her ODM gear action.
I'm strong. Real strong. None of you come close. You hear me? I am a warrior.
But coming in at number 1 has to be by all means Eren himself. Watching Eren come out of the Attack Titan's body for the first time is probably one of the greatest moments in not just season 1 but the whole anime, and not just because of the sheer shock value either. I really thought this was dead in episode 5, and then Isayama brings him back in such a way and a plot twist that doesn't feel cheap like in other anime. Eren has so many badass and important moments in season 1, like when he plugs up the hole in Tross, when he puts his trust in Levi's squad and goes up against the female Titan. Eren is just the type of protagonist you can really root for, and that's exactly what season 1 makes you do.
The world beyond the wall is my birthright!
Season 2 is an unraveling season. As more truth slowly comes out about the Titans, more mysteries arise as well. Why are there Titans in the walls? How did Titans breach Wall Rose? And who the hell is this big ass talking fur monkey Beast Titan? For me, coming in at number 5 is Mike. His deadly encounter with the Beast Titan was a big shock and twist. We see the Beast Titan for the first time, and not only can he talk, but he can control Titans as well. This moment created even more mystery in the story, and sadly, Mike died a gruesome death trying to live by his truth of never giving up without a fight.
As long as we keep putting up a fight, we haven't been beaten.
Coming in at number 4 is the founder's namesake character, Ymir. In episode 29, in a rare moment of selflessness, or whatever you want to call it, she risks it all and reveals her deep dark secret of being an intelligent Titan who can transform in order to save herself, Krista, and her comrades. I remember just how much of an oh shit moment this was in the anime because it was the first time we saw someone else other than Eren or Annie be able to transform into a Titan.
Krista, live a life you can be proud of. Never forget the promise we made.
Now, at number 3 for me, it's gotta be Hanji. Hanji is a key player in unveiling the mysteries of the Titans in every season, but she really shined in this season. She got Pastor Nick to reveal who Historia Rice is, and she helped piece together that Bertold and Reiner are likely the traitors among the 104th cadet crew. Not only that, but in lieu of Erwin, she stands in ready set, second in command, knowing exactly what needs to be done on a whim.
You say this isn't as complicated as it looks, but from where I'm standing, the world gets more complicated by the hour.
There is no shortage of badass and captivating moments in this season. From Mikasa headstrong saving Eren, from Erwin Smith with his crazy, dangerous, and gutsy plans, and Hannes' death. Number 2 was really hard to choose, but I have to give it to Erwin. Leave it to Erwin's commandership to get done even at the cost of a bunch of MPs. With literally one arm, he helped save Eren from Bertold and Reiner when it counts. That man has balls of steel.
I'm not your objective. Don't waste time on someone who's replaceable. Retrieve Eren and go.
Now, you probably guessed it, but at number 1, once again, for me this season, it's Eren. Throughout the season, he shines not only in his Titan form, but in his human form as well. Eren, in his anger, wasted no time transforming upon Reiner and Bertold's confession, and he practically beats Reiner as the armored Titan, showing how he's improving being in his Titan form. But of course, the best part of this season is at the very end, encountering the Titan that ate his mom, now the same Titan that kills Hannes. When all hope seems lost, Eren makes his last desperate attempt with a punch to Dinah's Titan, which unlocks his coordinate/founding Titan powers and just absolutely turns the tables for his friends and the scouts. This moment is not only so hype, but it gives us even more questions about the power of the Titans and how important Eren is to this twist.
Mikasa, I will always wrap your scarf. Always and forever. That's a promise!
Season 3 starts off with a bang from Kenny's gun. A lot of tables turn quickly, and there's a lot of political movement that we see for the first time, and of course, even more questions arising as Eren and the scouts get closer to the truth. The stakes are set high here as the scouts have to come to terms that they're no longer fighting just Titans, but people as well. This season is really long, the second half being some of the more emotionally packed episodes that we've seen so far, and there's just a lot of loss of characters and dreams, but not hope. Coming in at my number 5 is a wild card. It's actually going to be Kenny. Yeah, he's an interesting character this season because he acts like an antagonist, but really, he's more of an opportunist who in the end helps the scouts anyway. Despite fighting against the scouts to try and achieve a greater power, when he realizes he's been fooled by Rod Rice, he goes ahead and gives Eren a fighting chance against being eaten, and not only that, but he gives Levi the last syringe with spinal fluid, which can help the scouts tip the scales.
We humans, we're all the same. Every last one of us. For some it's drinking, for some it's women, for some even religion. Family, the king, dreams, children, power. All of us had to spend our lives drunk on something. Everyone was a slave to something.
At number 4, it was a hard toss-up between Eren and Grisha, but there is no Attack on Titan story without Grisha's story, and this massive unveiling of the real world outside of the walls and how it operates is debatably the biggest unveiling in the whole show. Finally, finding out what's in the cellar was a great payoff.
The fateful day that I, just a naive youth, was made to face the truth of this world.
Now, I'm going to preface the last 3 by saying it was really hard to decide this order because I think each next character contributed a great amount to this culminating story and its action. But what would an Attack on Titan season be without Erwin Smith's gutsy plans? Yet again, at number 3, we have the GOAT of all goats. If it weren't for Erwin's gambles and the help from the Garrison Regiment, they may have never been able to achieve the coup d'etat to overthrow the current fake monarch in power. Moreover, despite the countless countless number of soldiers that were sacrificed both for humanity and Erwin's dream, in the end, Erwin ultimately gives up on his dream to lead the scouts straight to their deaths against the Beast Titan. And Erwin's final charging speech has some of the baddest lines in the series, if you ask me. I still get shivers when I rewatch that scene.
Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage!
Levi Ackerman really shines in this season. Not only does he take command in Erwin's absence, but he's quick on his feet and even quicker when it comes to deciding what to do next. He deals with Kenny and his team without hesitation, but this season was tough on Levi. He finds out he's an Ackerman and Kenny's nephew. So not only does he see his uncle die in front of him, but he's faced with the harsh decision of reviving Erwin or Armin with a spinal fluid syringe. At the end of the day, he chooses to let Erwin finally be free of this cruel world they're living in and chooses Armin as the next best chance to help humanity. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention how Levi single-handedly destroyed the Beast Titan. I can't count how many times I've rewatched that scene. Levi, without question, is number 2, a close number 1.
I never said anything about what was right or wrong. My moral high ground shot to hell. I have no idea who's in the right at this point.
But finally, at the real number 1 is none other than Armin. Yeah. Throughout all of Season 3, we see Armin really grow and adapt as a soldier. He stains his hands with blood as he kills a human for the first time to save Jean. And then later he's given authority to dish out commands to squads. His brains show out too, because if it wasn't for him, the scouts wouldn't have thought to look inside the walls to find Reiner. And of course, in episode Hero, like Erwin, Armin decides to give up on his dream of making it to the sea in order to finally take out Bertolt. He makes the ultimate sacrifice of literally burning to near death. And personally, Armin has never been a favorite of mine until this episode. His slow character development has been amazing to watch, and that's why he's at number 1 for Season 3.
Hold on! Don't let go! Entrust it all to Eren! My dreams, my life, everything! The only thing I have to give is this!
Now, I really wanted to go into my top 5 for Season 4, but this video is getting lengthy. However, if you do want to know my top 5 for the final season, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what characters are your top 5 of any season. I'm really curious to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I promise to come out with more content more often. I do have a few ideas cooking up at the moment, so don't forget to subscribe and please like this video if you enjoyed it. I'm your narrator MK, and I'll see you in the next one.